And a lot of people start explaining you can't do specialists. I don't know if they did back language, but there are some very, very inept. Why would you start with a game like that? It's better than an RPG that's very simplistic. I'm not talking to them. Simplicity is very much a virtue. But then every character also has their own unique ability that goes to the class, and then you have to be able to mileage out. It's just that. Oh, you better just give everybody matches all the But I don't see like the point is that a game can be easy to break and not be hard. It's only bad if when you break the game, it's suddenly that's very nice. Like if you break the game, it's great, but if you don't break the game, it's also crap. That's bad. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
So I'm just reading this like a message for an hour at a time and we get later.
What do you want to speak about?
I'm just going to kind of introduce, thank everybody for showing up. Here we are for our kickoff event. Jack Leaders and I for the last 50 months, and it's finally at this point. Yeah, Jack's never. So, it's been an undertaking getting to this point. I'm excited that we're actually here today to kick off this event. Getting into Under for us. We've been talking about this for a very long time.
I think even not just that, that's so awesome. But why just like one word and why you got this
But I have so much more
and why it matters to you.
Yeah.
Like on a real level, as somebody who's in the scene and you understand what it's like to be in their shoes.
Yeah.
I think that level of realness, just the one or two sentences would be really meaningful.
So,
and then all your other things.
And then I kind of want to just pass the torch over to kind of like introduce everybody. I know Jack's not here, but pretty much.
And also, when you're raised with your
I think that is so wrong.
Yeah, especially since we haven't tested it out.
Yeah, a lot of like.
But are we ready to go?
We've got like 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just trying to add like a few more slides. Since we and then the big thing is
like I don't think a lot of that stuff happens in my life just like it only gets to me because I feel like I was set up to be a
Right.
As we get started,
well, there's a whole video right now.
But we're just having to move forward. So we can get some good photos and everything.
And live streaming.
Where is it streaming? Is there a link we can
Right now, like, there is Walker.
Oh, it's got like everything.
Yeah.
So, is Isabella scanning up again?
Okay. No, I'm not trying to do this, but I'm just saying.
I'm talking about this for so long, man. It's like, you know, it's here.
Well, and yeah,
So my point is that anything like Logan getting translated, just
Revitalizing.
revitalizing. We want to like.
No, we wanted to,
Breathe some life back into the chapter.
yeah, because it didn't, we needed to represent new community represented.
Take it to new heights.
Yeah.
And so that's why this jam was important.
Yes.
So Fraser will be here at 8:30 tomorrow. You know Fraser.
Yeah.
He's super.
And then Demian's, what time does he show up on Sunday? Okay, no worries. Okay.
That's exactly what it
Maybe at first, but I can't like I recently read also while I feel it somewhat kind of similar in terms of our fictional story, trying to talk about reality and if you want to be inspired and I have one or two years there. It's like I don't want to do myself I have just got reached on the that was everything I did. What am I even here? Why did I go
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. So one of our guides, one of our members here has misplaced his driver's license. And if you find your driver's license, please bring it up to the front, okay? Thank you.
Yes, we'll get started here pretty soon. I know it says 7, but as per usual, we're gonna get started a little bit late. So this is your chance to get last minute pizza, last minute slushies, last minute lattes, last minute cold brew. I don't know where else is there, but this is your time to do it. Maybe you can get a slushie, maybe get a latte, and pizza. Do it all. I would suggest doing it right now. And then as you come, try to fill in the tables over here, and we'll get going. Gio.
It would be nice if they had some soft serve ice cream.
What do you say?
It would be nice if they had some soft serve ice cream.
Okay, well that's a great idea. I think I would love soft serve as well. So hopefully we do well this weekend. Next time we'll have soft serve.
Yeah.
rough in education right now. I'm really learning about enrollment is down across all of education. Yeah. Some of our seniors, like last few classes,
Start like creative classes.
I was really, first of all, I don't know about
our online courses are still pretty expensive. I don't know about here. We haven't moved higher. Your first job. It might actually be beneficial to have a credential as like a modeler. So, when I just need some kind of role. I just need my first step. And now this is if it was as bad as it sounds, people wouldn't start Oh, you're right. Somehow people still literally
Hey,
like outside of the fact that like the sorry.
Check in with Isabella, pizza, some slushies. Is that over there? So, top then.
the other one is when my wife was saying,
Do you go like you're still on the hardware like okay.
what's up, Chad?
What did I go? Oh yeah, check. Why have you been like 6 years in Patrick's here? That sucks. That in every funeral. It's the things I want to do are just basic and I'll miss it. I actually really like that. Just I told Patrick and I told Kunal, like, if you ever guys get on this, I love to be a part of it. I love working on it. I like that. Keep this thing alive, yeah.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, and I'm on enough projects already.
Yeah, then people are going to get an extra
But we get through the process. We might end up having
That would be awesome.
It's a really great tool if they want to capture things around space and
They have the budget.
It is huge, so it'll
Other folks that can try to get to is
It's just high fidelity capture. So high fidelity capture, but it's just a framework of Scaniverse app. It's just high fidelity high fidelity reality. It should be like a little and just so we can reference and so there's I'm doing some contracting work so they're XR, but they're focused on but they can keep all of the data sources. So you want to share the data sources so then you can compute, so now you can go back for headsets and goggles and everything can get smaller and the battery life lasts longer and it's secure. So that they have all the and then you're going to so I've been doing work with them asking to data so we're going to tie that into what we're doing here and stuff. So hey! I know there's so much
I will talk to you more about this. I feel better about the
He's actually not been on.
I just started a project. Well, he's an idol.
So he is literally
like we'll have like a
I was like, oh, are you vegetarian? Or I was like, I'm vegetarian. I know, so it's amazing. It's like, really awesome. I don't want to ride about it. Yeah, oh yeah, it's amazing. I think he's driving. Yeah, let's go.
and they don't have
Yeah, I think so.
like one of my favorite games. There's a lot of but most of them don't go over 20 hours. Even if you do it every day. Like 15 for me, I mean, what they do, but full completion, 50%. That's my sweet spot. For a role-playing game, 20 I'm not using it. 10 to 15 hours for so, I know the reason I'm late for it too is the I don't like, I'm not okay with PC games. Like, I know the PC games were back in the day, and I could play late games. Because to be fair, even back then, if you design a game that you need outside assistance, that's never been good design. It's the same thing with arcade games that people right. They knew back then that was a graphic track, they did it. Same thing with obscure games like that. They did it to have the bottom line. That was like this is it's not just a case of I haven't already seen it yet. There are development tools and they were talking about the same. I was making a company and I myself owned now 20 grand a year. And that was back in the 7 or late 70s. What did I get for bringing back the okay. So these are all problems are not exclusive. Even back then, I got so many artists. What crack? What crack? Yeah, the very same problem we're dealing with right now. Which a lot of the games are need that's like you're not going to be paying the same thing. And yet, next year, you're going to be paying on the we eventually realize the game and you know where our office is, right? And also, I would much rather get at the beginning of the measure where the front is high stakes, straight up life. Derek. Yeah, Derek is there. He's there every day. I do 2 days, I'll set up 2 days. So, well, really a day and a half.
Yep. Mostly it's and somebody isn't signed up, and we are here.
Thursdays and usually Fridays, and sometimes I can cut Friday. I did cut Friday today. But if I'm ahead on my social work, which I usually am, Thursday. I'm gonna go back over there.
Every creator maybe less and the less we say about the evils of the film industry, the better. Like we're talking about, I really hope they do. I'm talking about like the evils of the evils of the Hollywood. Like we're not just talking about crappy movies, we're talking about like fellas, like crappy and all that other stuff. I don't know, not even like hardcore film. It's not insider trading. Not like stuff you need, not because we're friends. Yeah, and a lot more of it's getting like the last 10 to 15 years we're going to go so like more and more and more. Like stuff like the Weinstein case, people that know doesn't or like the crack of child actors. Like people are quicker to get like either child actors or musicians who like fell off, fell crazy. People are way more patient with those guys. It's like look at what they did. The mini series about Mr. Kelly, the guy who was definitely going to be in jail the rest of his life. I'm just saying, I was much rather see yes, that is why, despite my policy of, I don't care if I don't like funny games, you guys know, if you got it, like EA, they can do a lot of Activision, I refuse to work. I refuse to get a job anything has to do with it. That's how they just that's how they treat those companies. I'm autistic. Imagine how wacky they can be. Because if they're going to be that kind of those companies will support it too. Oh yeah, the boys clubs. Hey, the comic industry still has that problem. They especially have that problem with a lot of besides the fact that Dan DiDio uses rap. To be fair, most people criticize him for like he's very mean-spirited he hated sidekicks. Like he hates a lot of things he's for whatever reason. A lot of it, like the new 52 interview itself was like his life, and it was like really poorly received after 5 years. Like that was great. But like you have to watch guys like this and why that. And I was pretty nervous about it. That's what I love. Because I don't want to just make like manga. I'm not going to say I make manga. And also because I don't want to talk about inspired by something not too popular. Because it has a unique style, it has a diverse array of like amazing locations, it has some of that world building that you've ever read. It has some of the tightest
Alright guys, we're going to get started here in the next 2 minutes or so. If you're floating out there and not sitting, come on in. Try to fill in these first 2 rows if you can. And that way we'll just have everybody kind of like filled in for the live stream. And won't have to speak so loud.
So this is just temporary.
Are you taking lessons?
So, are you going to call you to talk about?
Maybe I should go. I got a second rental that hard. My second rental.
I don't bite. It's hard.
Learning more about you every sentence.
What do you do? Just Excel.
So are you day jobs at accounting for Hyatt? Accounting for Hyatt.
Oh gosh, you guys are so amazing. You like literally filled it up. Look at this beautiful row of people that like moved all the way down. Look at that. You will be handsomely rewarded. Oh, there he is right here. If there's anybody else back there that can move forward, I promise you, it's worth it. You'll be handsomely rewarded. I feel like the people at Universal, like, please move forward. Please move forward.
Wyatt.
Since we moved here, we are now. We were back there.
Thank you guys for continuing to fill up all the spots. You're good. Yeah, you're good. It's so worth it, I promise you. We'll be like, thank you, Miss Ariane. I'm so grateful.
2019.
You're awesome wisdom.
Yeah, I got into the program right after. I got into the program like right.
We're gonna stand.
No, really? I didn't know that. What? Okay. But you know what? When you hear that,
I was so trapped because like my first semester I did it here in Orlando while starting NYU in New York, while working part-time at Intel from California. And then after that semester, so after 2021, I moved but it was still kind of touching on like you still had to get like I do because my favorite. You know what I mean? Like,
They had a blue
intuitive to meet up with a lot of organizations, like, because I'm part of Chef Society, that's like 2 years. Yeah, they had a report at the conference, and they asked me to take it because I was going to do it.
How'd the picture turn out?
I ended up leaving the region 4 meeting with region 7 because I'm like, I don't know if this is work out. A 10.
Keep an eye out for your friend.
So we are going to be live streaming, just so you're aware. It's okay, it's on MD, it's on MD, it's not anybody in show face, it's just the event. And the whole time.
One run, all right.
When the I was
Hello. Is it working? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, this has been a moment to get to this point for all of us to be here this evening. About almost a year ago, we found out that Unreal Fest was going to be coming to Orlando for the first time. And knowing that the Unreal chapter was, filmed about over a year and a half ago, but then just kind of laid dormant for almost about 11 months, we knew that we didn't want to have this turn into a missed opportunity for our developers. So it's been a big push with the chapter leaders to actually get to this point so that we can actually participate in Unreal Fest. So over the last 3 months, we've had multiple meetups. We started in March. We actually had 70 people sign up for that first one, which we were overwhelmed by the response of all of you. April, we found out that we were going to go ahead and get a game jam put together. So we actually kind of put this together at the last minute. We weren't really 100% sure on how this was going to form, especially when we found out that we weren't going to have an opportunity to do this at Full Sail University. That being said, when Kunal started reaching out and finding some opportunities, Cliff and the OR people were gracious enough to open up their doors. So I know I made mention of this during our last meetup, but the reason why you're here today is because we wanted to ensure that all of you had an opportunity to have a chance to go to Unreal Fest. So that is why we're doing this game jam, is because we want you guys to feel valued. So we worked very hard to kind of get this event kicked off. So that being said, microphone keeps cutting out. So that being said, I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that we appreciate you being here for this weekend, because it is a testament to our community and our developers of what we're able to do. Kunal has been running game jams for over 10 years. So this is the first time that we've actually done a game jam for this industry. And so far we've been overwhelming, the reception of this has been overwhelming by this industry. They're excited to see what you guys come up with this weekend. Essentially, you are going to set the precedence and the tone of what's possible in creating solutions for this industry. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Kunal.
Thanks, Matt. So as Matt was mentioning, this has come together in a very short amount of time. Jams take a little bit of time to put together, especially since they touch on new industries that we have throughout here in Central Florida. And for those of you that know the Unomicon, you know the different industries that we hit on. We'll talk about that a little later. But for some of you, you've come to the Unreal meetup. Some of you, this maybe is brand new. Just by show of hands, how many here have not been to an Unreal chapter meeting before? Okay, good portion of you.
Welcome.
So, welcome. It's just so you get to know who's involved. We have the chapter leaders here. All of us kind of came together as for some of the older people, you may know Voltron. It's just we all come together and power up. We're leaders in many different categories for industries or types of companies here in Orlando. In order to bring this together, we have folks here. So Matt, myself, Jack Henkel, Ariane, Dave, Daria, and then also, if you guys know Isabella, who here knows Isabella?
Woo woo!
Yeah? Isabella, if you'd like to come up, you'll notice that she's wearing an Unreal shirt. So she's definitely rocking, for the jam. She is the latest addition to the Unreal chapter meetup.
So excited.
So Isabella, welcome.
Thank you.
You are an essential and vital part of what we do with the jams, especially on the Unomicon side, and things are going to happen very specifically to the Unreal chapter and the things that are happening here. So welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, great. And just in case, has anybody here not checked in? Everybody's been. So
I got you, Jeremy.
So yeah, Isabella's checking people in. If you haven't, just be sure to see Isabella. And as Matt was talking about, Unreal Fest is coming June 2nd through the 5th. That is happening here in Orlando for the very first time. And by you guys being here, you'll have an opportunity to get tickets to go. It is a very expensive conference. So if you're a student, $650. If you're a professional, $750. So kudos to you guys for being here. And I'm going to hand the mic over to Ariane to talk a little bit about, what is going on here. And before that, this is something that I always say at one of the jams, is that if it's not on social and it didn't get hashtag, it didn't happen, so none of you are actually even here. Have you even taken a picture yet? No? Well, guess what? You're not even here. But if you want to be here, and you want this weekend to count, take some pictures. Take some pictures of each other. Take pictures of the pizza. We want you to be social on that because that's what makes things happen. And use the hashtag Unreal Orlando. I'm going to hand it over to Ariane to talk about some of the things that really kind of came together to make this happen, and why does it even matter?
Hi there, everybody. So the first thing I want to just ask, everybody's here for different things. Some of us are here to support, mentor, observe, be part of the energy, and some of us are here to build the things. Who is here, and this is very important, but by show of hands, to dev this weekend.
Here's mine.
All right.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna capture that. So if you didn't understand or you missed it in the casual introductions that both of my fellow chapter leaders made, which was my thunder that they stole, all of you who are debbing, that if you're registered now and you're here through the award show, will be receiving a ticket to the Unreal Jam, or the Unreal Fest, sorry. So, did you understand that? Did you know that? Some of you? Okay, well, I'm letting you know it's definitely happening. So, you need to be here through the award show. You've got a ticket, you will be there. Thank you to Epic Games. They heard what's happening and they provided all of the developers with a ticket. It's like $800 approximately.
They're $759 per ticket. So if you have signed up and you were a developer for the XR Game Jam this weekend, you all get.
Is anybody excited? Come on! Sorry, can't help ya. But the surprises is that you guys all are taken care of. So I hope that gets you excited, and I hope that you make it a priority to show up in big ways. And I don't know how we have to, I want everybody to know that you're part of our chapter here. So make sure we scream that loud and proud from the rooftops and represent in big ways. So excited about that. But the reason why this kind of all came together so quickly is that some of you might be familiar that we have the National Center for Simulation that is here in our Central Florida community. And it's typically, backed and funded through the DoD. But once a year, they hold an event that's non-defense focused. And that is the Florida Simulation Summit. And so we just wrapped that amazing experience up this last, was a couple of weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago now, gosh. And it was fabulous. And the focus was smart decisions, smart cities. It was all about digital twins, smart cities, really in theme with what we're doing today. And so we knew that when the stars aligned for the facility and Mr. Cliff Long came through with a beautiful facility here, if you guys didn't notice, and there's a slushie machine back there, which is amazing. It's totally meant for us, right? There's slushies and space to make the thing. So we're really excited about that. Now, the party doesn't stop here. 48 hours is not enough time to really take this all the way. So we hope that the most important thing is that you take from this the inspiration to take it to the next level, because we know that we are the center for simulation for the world here in the Florida region, our home here. And there's no place more important than that. And I often say there's no place like home because we do have, it's somewhere between $6 and $7 billion of a simulation industry that supports the space industry, the gaming industry, all of the things that happen here, the DoD, MS&T, so all of those things. And so we want to remind you that this is just the beginning, and what we're doing with our chapter, the goal is not just to have these game jams, which are going to keep coming and they're going to be awesome, but also to offer workshops and certifications and credentials. And some people might come that maybe have never dev before, and they might feel inspired, right? Or they might be somebody who's a mid-career looking for a change and wants to become a dev. And this is a really good place to start because you can learn and it's a nurturing environment to support each other. Or for those who are underemployed who are looking to make a change and come into this space, because we know that the more we work together and collaborate, the better, brighter, and bigger things that we build. And that's what we're really doing, is we're building the 3D internet, and it takes all of us and all of the components, right? Everything's layered and dynamic. And so you guys are here. We're super excited. I don't want to talk too much more, but super excited to have you. If we're not connected on LinkedIn, make sure you're following the Unreal Orlando chapter. Make sure that you're staying tuned and that you come to the jams and we stay connected, and also support each other in great ways. So this is just the beginning. Let's keep going. We have a really great community here, and I'm super excited to see you all at Unreal Fest next week, because we want them to come back and do it again. All right?
on is that on Sunday, we're going to have a large group of individuals here that are going to range from not only Orange County government that are going to see your guys' solutions, but we're going to have a ton of press here. Orange TV is going to be here, Orlando Business Journal. We're also looking at Channel 6, but the other group that we have full eyeballs on us right now is the senior executives at Unreal. They are anticipating to see what you guys come up with in the way of solutions for this industry. So right now, this chapter has a huge support from Unreal, and they are looking at us as pretty much the premier chapter in the entire country right now. So this is your time to shine, guys. Like, this is your time to really show like what you're capable of doing. Because not only are we going to have local coverage on this, but Epic and Unreal is going to highlight you guys. So even though you guys are getting tickets, the real prize is basically you guys get to flex on your capabilities of what you're able to do. So I just want to put that out there. Don't give up just because you already got tickets and no one give us half. Give us all. Like, give us all, because we really want you guys to shine. And like Ariane said, we want Epic and Unreal to come back here next year. And if they come back here next year, we want to have a presence on the showroom floor, not just getting tickets. We want to have a presence for the chapter to be there so that we have an opportunity to talk about what we're doing here in Orlando. All right.
For you guys, yeah. And don't be overwhelmed if you have to have things finished by the end of the weekend.
No.
It's a 48-hour rapid prototyping. So don't feel the pressure, but also feel a little pressure, so you can keep making the things. But the point is to get things kind of formulated, so.
Yeah, absolutely. A big, this is a cliche saying, but the biggest challenge is really just showing up, and you guys showed up. So that's a big part of it, but you have to keep showing up, and what you build, by Sunday. And then the connections you make during the week will have a big, big impact. A lot of times, the easier thing is not to do something. We're all very busy people, and many of you are too, and we could have not had this jam. And maybe our lives would be a little bit less stressful. But it was very important to have this event happen because it's a way to manufacture serendipity. So this is what's happening. Now, for those of you that have jammed, much of this is going to be very familiar. Just again, a show of hands, who here has never been to a game jam?
Does that include hackathon?
It's like a hackathon, yeah. Okay, yeah. And so it's like a hackathon. Game jams typically use a game engine to produce a rapid prototype, and you have a very short amount of time to do it. Now, for those of you that have come here for the first time, don't worry. There's a lot of people who have done a game jam. By show of hands, how many of you have been to a game jam before? Look at those veterans right there. So these people, will be there to support you if they're on your team. They've been there. They know how to get the project done by the end of the weekend, and very soon you'll have this under your belt. So the core rules is you must have fun, and what you're producing also has to have fun too. It's not enough just to produce a simulation. Maybe you're game developers. Make it fun. That's what keeps people's attention. It grabs people and it holds on to their attention. And then they have fun. They actually retain information. Make sure it tackles the problem. It can't just be fun. It also has to tackle a real problem. We've sent out a blast to all of you with with links to ideas for the 3 core themes. By show of hands, how many of you have seen that list? Okay, a good portion of you. If you did want to take a look at that, this QR code just goes to the event page, and at the very bottom, you'll see blast. There's a link there that takes you to the ideas that are there for real estate, for digital twins, for smart cities, future-ready cities. That may help spark some ideas when it comes time to pitch. Also, there's some additional tools that you have access to during this weekend beyond Unreal. You want to use these things because it makes your life easier. You can do cooler things. How many here have heard of Scaniverse? Oh, you're missing out. Scaniverse is a 3D scanning tool. You can be able to use it on your phone. Just do a search in your app store for Scaniverse, and you'll be able to walk around an object and actually capture it in 3D. Then of course, it's not going to be perfect, but many of you are artists. You can clean it up. But this is what's going to help you make a digital twin very quick. I suggest something you can do is with the, I think it's the Easy Rider 4-wheeler that you saw outside, scan that. Turn that into something that's within your projects. And I think it's free, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's free to download, so try using that.
Built by Niantic.
Built by Niantic, I don't know. Have any of you ever heard of that company?
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go? Never heard of that? Okay. So use that. And the other one is Aura. So not the Orlando Regional Realtors Association, the building that you're in right now, another thing that has Aura. Much of what all of you have, you all have Aura, but this software is an AI assistant that helps you, find bugs within your projects. It helps you in development, and it's not out yet. All of you may be some of the first teams to use this. This team is based in San Francisco. They're coming to Unreal Fest. We will get early access to this. So again, the last was sent out, and then when you guys get into the Discord channel, we're going to give you a link to sign up for that, and you'll have that. You can just attach it to your Unreal project, and you'll have some help. So if you ever run into an issue, this is going to help solve it. And again, just a thank you to the Orlando Regional Realtors Association. Many of you may have just driven past this building. I know that was the case for me. And this building has come up in the past year. It launched, and it's pretty much a palace. You guys have seen the first floor. We want to keep coming back here. And this is an organization that has over 20,000 members. They do a lot of major work within our region. And really, all things are related to land, whether it's home and businesses, and this organization is really kind of at the heart of a lot of that. People that are real estate agents or really realtors have to come to Aura to get additional certifications. They go through additional training. The way tools that they use to become better agents comes from Aura. And a lot of what you're going to be making during this weekend, they're paying attention to that. You never know. They might just want to invest. They may want to buy it. They may want to work with you. And we're very thankful for the space that they've given to us. So please give a round of applause to Orlando. And also a major thanks to the Orange County government. We have someone here from there, Alissa. So perhaps if you want to come up and maybe give a little bit of your background and talk about some of the aspects that are happening within smart cities, future-ready cities.
Well, thank you, Kunal. It's been wonderful to be with you this evening and hear more about the exciting things that the Orlando Unreal chapter has been able to do. And I'm happy to be a part of that with you. Again, my name is Alissa Barber Torres. I'm Orange County's Chief Innovation and Emerging Technology Officer in the Office of Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. And as Kunal mentioned, Mayor Demings' vision is very much about smart cities that are inclusive, that are innovative, that are collaborative, and I really see a lot of that echoed here this evening. He talks frequently about how the vision of Epcot and that community of tomorrow really resonates with him, and the types of things that he charges us to do within Orange County government. So there's a lot of innovation there, and some of that relates to utilities, to public outreach, to transportation, energy, and I'm here tonight, of course, to salute the many things that we're working on and will do, but also to be a resource for you. If in Orange County, and hopefully some of you are residents, you've not thought a lot about what Orange County is like as a whole, so 1.4 million residents that we have, 900 square miles of different landscapes within Orange County, or kind of what's the difference between the city and the county, and who does what, and what's it like to really engage with the resident, and what do they want to know, what are they concerned about, then I'm your guide, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have about those types of things. As Kunal mentioned, I've been proud to serve the residents of Orange County as an urban planner across different parts of that discipline for over 25 years. So again, if you look at that problem set and you say, what do I need to know about this? Then I hope you'll reach out at any point during this evening and let me assist you in the great work that you're doing. So thank you.
So you'll understand the impact that you'll have and really the scope and size of the region that we have here. And also many thanks to the sponsors that came together to make this event happen. Again, it happened in a very short amount of time, and all the people that are here that are listed put in a lot of effort to make that happen. And I'll have to add in an additional set of sponsors also that come in to help. So I'll do a little pause after this to bring up a video. But major thanks to the Orlando tech community. That was able to help support giving grants out to both Indianomicon and the Unreal chapter to set influence in the Florida High Tech Corridor, which are big supporters. M3E, I don't know if you guys heard of M3E? Yeah? Talk to Matt about that, please. The Orlando Life, Dave, if you've seen him, please visit. If you really want to know the heart of the people that make up our home, visit that. It's really amazing stories of the people. OMG Labs, speak to Isabella about OMG Labs in downtown and Employers for Change. So if you are a growing company and you're looking, for talent, she's able to help with that. With District Cinema, you'll notice the merge system that's out there. Remember 3D and District Cinema help put that together, and that's available this weekend. And of course, the Indianomicon Foundation, which puts on many of the jams in our region. And Mercedes Studio. So, as I bring up one of our other sponsors as well, I'm going to have Daria come and talk about a few things as well. But, thanks again to all sponsors that you see up here.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you guys here tonight. My voice is a little bit, I lost my voice a couple days ago. So, but I just want to say a few words. We talked about how meaningful this event is for us, for the chapter, also for the workers of the Unreal Engine representatives, and for the infrastructure here in Orange County. We also want to provide you with our expertise and ideas on how to navigate the topics, the challenges that we posted for the Game Jam. Because a lot of you come from different backgrounds with interdisciplinary expertise, and especially in game design and development. Now we want to make sure we can provide you the resources and the support of how to, what topic to choose or what might be interesting to explore. So I'm looking at, I have a background in XR development and teaching in games and interactive media and game design. I see a couple of students from UCF, they're former students here. And I also have a background in real estate. So I would like to give you a few ideas on how to design a game or a solution with for real estate scenario. For example, it's a huge field to explore how to train real estate specialists. So we talk about infrastructure, digital twins, all that stuff, immersive reality, the physicality of the immersive experiences. Now, we also want to think about the content, like what's needed in the fields of smart cities and real estate. So agent training is a huge field. A lot of people fail in the industry because they're not trained properly. And it includes not only the legal aspect, which is also very important, on how to write contracts, how to communicate certain aspects of real estate to clients, but also how to interact ethically, how to make better sales, things like that. Okay, so I want you also to think about how you want to add gamification elements to the field of real estate agent trainings. How to make it more meaningful and interactive with your expertise in game design. So not only run after a topic that you think like, oh, this is interesting, but think about how you can use your game design knowledge and skills to design a meaningful and fun experience for users. So real estate agents, for example, when they're learning or they're going through the training, how do they get better maybe with different levels or with different game elements, things like that. Also, one area to explore, just an idea, is legal contracts and how to communicate certain aspects of real estate or certain language to public. So this is a few words from me. I hope you guys have fun. It's definitely, I wanted to add to what the previous chapter leaders talked about. I wanted to add one of the values that you can take away from this game jam is your future deployment, your resume, and putting, for example, in a lot of industries, when you have an interview, you're going to be asked what is the side project you worked on and completed, and this will be one of those projects that you can put on your portfolio and mention in the resume, which will make a difference. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy this weekend.
I'm going to hand the mic over to Ariane to talk about some more of our sponsors that are here, and we're going to get started on the main thing.
So just to share a couple extra notes, so we're super grateful for the VRARA. I don't know if anybody's heard of that organization. I'm the Director of Partnerships for the VRARA, but we have the largest chapter here in Central Florida of all chapters, and so we have a strong partnership to support the Unreal chapter. And so, as well as we've got a couple messages from a few people, but first, just to share with you, in the challenge statements for this event, it's really important, like Ms. Barber Torres mentioned earlier, that we acknowledge those who may have disabilities, like with the ADA, right? And so when we're making the things, to consider that in the design, from inception, ideation, throughout, to consider mobility and environmental interaction for those things. And she's also a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that as well. But that's something that's going to be built into all of the components to consider. And I think that's so important, right? So just wanted to share that. And so we had an incredible sponsor who's working on immersive experiences for the ADA community. She's actually sponsored she's the first sponsor of the Unreal Game Jam monetarily, and she really wanted to make sure that that was valued in this opportunity as well. So she's got a little message for you, and her name is Alissa Schlosser, and her company is Glomp. It sounds funny, but Glomp. And she's got a little video message. She couldn't make it down from New York City. Fun fact, she lives literally directly over the Sesame Street studio, which everybody here probably knows Sesame Street in New York, which is a really cool fact. But she's a great human, she's super supportive, and she will be coming to be part of the chapter in the future. So she's fantastic. And so we're going to play that video now for you. Oh, and while I'm remembering, tomorrow Jason's Deli Corporate sponsored our lunch. How exciting is that? So a big round of applause for Jason's Deli for making the sandwiches and everything. So yeah, we're going to keep you guys really well fed, okay? So here's a little message from Alissa.
All right, thank you. Let's see. This one's back up. Oh, great. So the audio may or may not play. If it doesn't play, we all sit down. Let's see if the mic will be able to catch that.
Everyone except.
All right, let's see if this works.
Lisa coming to you from New York. I want to thank the National Center for Simulation, the Orange County government, the Epic Games team, the simulation community at large, and most importantly, the developers and creators making this all possible and building us into the 3D internet. By taking part in this endeavor, we had a singular opportunity to make sure that every citizen is welcomed with equity and open arms. As my dear friend Rabbi Zalman used to say, the only good way we're going to get it together is together. By dedicating your time and energy into this challenge, you are certainly getting us all together. Thank you all, and good luck!
So major thanks, to Glomp, for their support of this, and of course, in any of the projects that we're working on, being able to think about, making sure that access is there, ADA compliance. We can do this kind of stuff within the projects that we make and we think through it. And there will be a blast that kind of goes out that gives a little bit more reinforcement into that, so as you start designing. And then we also have a message that came from Pettyjohn, which I'll start here as well. But again, also major thanks to the VRARA Association and 001. That's Ariane, if you see her around, ask her about that. So we sent this on LinkedIn. I do the same thing.
Hey everybody, it's Nathan Pettyjohn, the founder of the VRARA Association and the Applied AI Association. I want to take a quick second to say a big congratulations to the creators of the Orlando Unreal XR Fest taking place in Orlando. That is a hackathon that starts tonight on Friday and goes all the way through Sunday evening. Also, a special shout out to Ariane, who's been instrumental in helping partner to the VRARA with this event. Who's on site and really cheering on everybody in the industry. Also, wanted to say for all the developers out there in XR, and also developers in AI, we are gearing up for Stack X Days in San Diego, which is taking place in October. So if you want to check that out, go to stackxdays.com. And we encourage anybody who's at that Orlando event to also take a look at this one. But special thanks to everybody who's involved. This is what the industry needs. Keep building, and we'll see you all soon.
So we've got some major players that are paying attention, and it's really important, to put something together and engage. Thanks again, and thanks again to Senfluence as well for always being a sponsor and supporting these kind of events. They support many of the major clusters, technology groups that we have within our region. So whenever you see Jack Hinkle, give him a high five and ask him more about that and maybe how your company can become part of that. Also, major thanks to the Omnicon Foundation. We also want to support game jams, hackathons, people that want to prototype. A lot of people talk about doing things in 6 months or a year, and then it never really happens. But with these kind of events, you can figure out how to do it, or how not to do it too. You can find 20 different ways not to do something, and that's pretty useful. Engage with Indie Omnicon. We have many jams that are going to be coming up towards the end of the year. Indie Galactic Space Jam, Mega Health Jam, Armed Forces Jam, and All Hallows Jam. These hit on major industries that we have within our region, with healthcare, defense, with space, themed entertainment. We have that all here. We're pretty lucky to have those industries here. So please engage with that. You can scan that QR code and take a picture with it, and then get more involved. As well as OMG Labs. If you guys are developing a product, you have a company, and you're looking for a place to work, you can work in downtown. It's an awesome place. Look into OMG Labs, talk to Isabella about that. And you can get a free day pass by being here. And also, join the Discord. How many of you use Discord? Oh, wow, how convenient. Please scan this and join the Discord server. That's where you're going to get a lot of the information for the jam this weekend. We're going to have a channel that's created. We'll put you into that channel for the Unreal XR Jam, and that's where we're going to disseminate a lot of information throughout the weekend, including a form that you can sign up for Aura. So please scan this, join the Discord server.
No, that's not real.
That's not a real QR code.
That's not a real QR code.
All right, well, we adapt here, right? So there'll be an email blast. How many of you use email? Oh, okay, yeah.
We also listen to CDs.
Yeah. Yeah. So good point. So you'll get an email blast with a link to join the Discord server, and in that Discord server, upload pictures. That's a really great way to be able to get it, and then we can kind of compile that. So you can of course post it online, but upload it there too, so we have access to it. And we can do a lot more in terms of promoting things and amplifying things.
Also, if they're a mentor, make sure they join the Discord so that they can easily support. If
Yes.
there's mentors here, make sure you join as well so you can support when you're not maybe present.
Yeah, with the Discord server, it's really for everyone in different fields, so whether you're a developer or you're a subject matter expert, everybody should be in Discord. And again, areas of focus. If you are here and you didn't hear this before, that's amazing. But we want to do things that create impact here. And again, this is a new set of problems and industries that we're tackling with smart cities, future readiness. You hear those two terms sometimes interchangeably. But you receive the email blast with a link with many ideas for that. And you do have people that you can talk to here for this. Digital twins as well. It doesn't mean just having a duplicate of what that object is in 3D. It's many other aspects to it. Again, like in the blast, we have that, but it's having a 3D copy of it, but also the other things that go into it, the actual real-world data, exactly like how this stuff works in real life, the systems that go around it, and of course real estate, which really can kind of tie into these two other things too. But as Daria was mentioning, there's many things that you can tackle right there. And you do have people that are interested in maybe furthering this afterwards. After this event, they're going to be looking at that. You never know where that can go. As Cliff, if you guys have seen his video or you were at the meetup, you saw that guy is very fired up about what's happening this weekend. He's very anxious to see what happens. He's very anxious to meet with you. It almost seems like he has a lot of money. He's anxious to kind of give it out.
He also said, I want to build the Grand Theft Auto for the real
estate industry.
Yeah, remember that. He also said, don't meet me here, meet me here.
I shared
I
it
think
with
we're being
you. He is so energetic and ready to bring the people here to see the things you're making because he said they have a huge need. And they're tired of going other places to have developers from other places build these things when we have this robust community here he had no idea existed. And we are definitely changing that in this moment. So I think that, hey, let's keep this going and keep moving forward and see how this all changes over the next year. I think you'd be surprised and not even know who you were when you look back next year at this time. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
We're gonna play that little clip of Cliff. If you didn't make it to last week to our meetup, this is Cliff Long. He is the person who made all of this possible, this building, and I believe he's really involved in the community. And he leads the 20,000 members of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association.
All right. If you guys can hear this.
Hi, my name is Cliff Long. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association.
You get here.
We're at the precipice of a new day. This is the dawn of a new market in Central Florida. And this game jam, this opportunity can change the world. We have about 17,000 to 20,000 members in Central Florida that are counting on those bright minds that have room to change Orlando. You want to be a part of this because right now everything's going to change, and it's going to change from the epicenter right here in the heart of Orlando. It's where the gamers and the realtors marry together and change the industry. Don't beat me
Sorry,
here,
guys.
beat me here.
I'm not a Mac person. That's me. Except for my iPhone, but that's different.
But I think you guys got the gist of what that was. We have an engaged party that really wants to see what you're building. Oftentimes in some of these jams, you have many things that kind of come out of this. Friendship is a good one. Relationships matter. With the team that you have, friendship matters. I've seen mortal enemies happen that can happen. It's still kind of a relationship. But a relationship with that industry that carries on for the next 12 months is a goal. Whether you're in working with space or healthcare, to have real estate in a group like this that's engaged, the next 12 months could be a variety of projects. It could be things for your team. It could be things with companies that are associated. And so that is pretty awesome to see. And so, finally, we're going to get to some of the what you're here for the fun. How many of you have pitched before? Okay, so some of you guys have. So in these jams, you kind of sometimes go into two different roles. All of you are developers of some kind, whether you're a programmer, you're an artist, you're a designer, maybe you're in sound. It takes teamwork to be able to create these kind of projects. And but also, somebody has to have vision, the idea, the thing to rally people. That's part of the pitch. So if you have an idea that you've been thinking about, or even some kind of small idea, we're going to ask you to line up here, and we're going to have you have 60 seconds to pitch what your idea is. What this means is not talking, away from the mic, and now you can't really hear anything. You have to have the mic right here in order to project. Don't look at your shoes. You might have really amazing shoes, but look out into the audience. Pretend that somebody in the back is sleeping, and you gotta wake them up. Hey, Journey, are you sleeping?
Nah.
Okay, great. Because if he was, then I'd have to speak louder. Make sure, now if you are coming up alone, or if you have a team, make sure you talk about your team, what their talent base is, what their skill set is, what is this game or this project's general concept, so people get the idea. What is the category, whether it's smart cities, whether it's real estate, whether it's digital twins, or some combination. And sorry, this screen is talking about a complete game, but these core things are what matters. Talk about who you are, your skill set, your team, if you already have a portion of your team, and then what your skill sets are, what you're looking for. So what are you looking for that you need to complete your team? So if you're an artist and you're not a programmer, ask for a programmer. And consider that sometimes the best idea may not get a team. If you have the best concept, but it doesn't really excite people, unfortunately that's the way the world works, you may not have a team. Do not be discouraged. You'll get them next time. Join another team. And if you have trouble finding a team, talk to anyone in the leaders here, will help you find them. But in the concept, as everybody pitches, they're going to get a sheet of paper with the name of their project, and they're going to line up against the wall out there. And then once all the pitches are done, audience members go and talk to the people that have that pitch and figure out which team you want to join. And this is going to be a little bit messy, but in doing that, you're going to find what team you're going to work for. And for the people that don't have enough developers for having a team that can produce a successful project by the end of the weekend, consider joining another team. If you feel so passionate about that project and you've done game jams before, and you're a lone wolf or you feel like you can do it, go for it. I don't encourage it, but we've had it happen before. So we're going to get started here in a moment. But also, before we do that, I do want to hand the mic back to maybe talk about the merge system and the hardware, and just kind of talking about that aspect. It's important in your pitch also to talk about what platform, what tools you want to use within this jam as well, whether you want to take on the merge, or you want to use a particular type of headset, you want to use AR or VR. So Matt's going to talk about that.
So what you've heard from us tonight is that we are providing you guys with a lot of resources. So not only software, but assets, but we're also providing hardware. So the merge system is a way to engage with, if you were here last week, a way to engage with digital content with no wearables. So you either build content specifically for merge, and we do have a plugin that already has the gestures built in. So that's how you navigate through the content is gesture-based. Or
because Merge is also a motion capture system, you can create animations, character animations, utilizing Merge, and we can record those so that you can build it for other platforms, whether it's desktop or headset. Show of hands, how many people have built content for VR? Okay. All right, fantastic. With Merge, if you have any questions, so outside of resources, right, outside of hardware, we also have subject matter experts. So Dave's over there all weekend to help you guys if you have any questions on how to build content to either use Merge as a platform to engage with or to utilize Merge as a motion capture system. Outside of that, we also have other subject matter experts in here that are going to be real estate specific.
Yes.
So you'll have people that are in the real estate industry to kind of help navigate you to make sure that you're bringing your concept to life. And then there's also going to be other subject matter experts here that are developers as well. So you guys have a ton of resources at your disposal. That was one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we set you guys up for success. So from every aspect, from either 3D assets to hardware to subject matter experts to other senior developers, they are all at your disposal. If there are any questions that you guys have, of course, feel free to reach out to Dave and I. We can give you guys an example of what Merge looks like before you leave this evening so that you have a chance to experience and understand what the gestures are. But we have a various set of headsets. We have a couple of Focus 3s. We have a Focus Vision. We have a Focus Elite. As you can tell, that's a lot of HTC Vive products. And then we have a single Quest headset. If you have your own headsets, feel free to bring those as well. But we do have headsets available for you guys to go ahead and check out. There will be time sheets that we're going to put out there so once you guys have formed your teams and understand what platform you're going to use, we'll make sure that you guys have a time slot to utilize Merge for either motion capture or to engage with, and then you can also check out the headsets to test out with. Anything?
9 a.m. to 10:30. Yep. Doors lock at 11 every night. Yeah. Well, except for Sunday. That's a little different. So if you don't have the schedule, grab it. And also if you don't have access to the repository for assets and things like that, make sure, I think it's in the Discord, correct?
It is. Yeah. And if you want to use your own assets, feel free to do that as well. You're not beholden or you're not all held to what we provided you. We just wanted to make sure that you guys had some resources.
Yeah. And I guess right before we get to the pitches, I'll quickly go through the schedule and then we'll get you guys lined up for that. So, we do want to have a first, second, third. There isn't necessarily cash prize or anything with that. But again, there is tickets to Unreal Fest and there's friendship, so that is there. But it is nice to know that, hey, we made the best project, we made the second best, we're in the top 3. But there will be a rubric that will be shared in the Discord server where it's based on the theme and the challenge and how well you adapt to that, the gameplay of it, the effort, the different factors. But the core thing to know is that at 4 p.m. Sunday, you got to be done. Not almost, but you got to be done. It's got to be working, and you're going to be uploading at that time. The main thing today is the pitches. The doors will lock at 11, so you got to be going home at that point. Some of you youngins will probably want to keep developing, continue to do that, but go home, take a shower, brush your teeth, just make sure that stuff happens, continue to work. Hygiene is important. Saturday, you can come back. I think it's not really at 8 a.m., we'll do it at 9. Some of us are not so morning people, but 9 a.m. 12, we'll have lunch. We're working on dinner at 6, 11 again is going back home, again shower. Sunday, come back in the morning, it'll be at 9 a.m. We're going to have lunch and another call for help, any last minute support that you need. And of course tomorrow, I didn't mention, but during the early part of the day, we will have mentors that'll be coming around. They may ask how things are going, just talk to them, and they may have some insights for you. 4 o'clock, your projects are due. Please have them uploaded. You're going to get the HIO link in the Discord. Create your game pages. Please take pictures, take video. Sometimes builds break. So when you want to do that final presentation, if you have a video to show for that at least will make sure that your soul is not crushed. And that's really important. We'll get the final presentations right around 6. And depending on how many projects we have, we may be able to go home sooner than 9 p.m.
Nice.
And again, we touched on these kind of things in terms of game jams. Please keep it simple. If you have lack of artists, maybe change it to a different kind of art style. Now it's going to use a simple game engine. Unreal sometimes has, this reputation of not being simple. But you do have an AI assistant now with Aura, so that can probably help. And then also ask around. There's people here who have been using Unreal for well over 10 years, and people will help each other out. So please don't think that it's only your team. Ask for help, and that's really important. And encourage it. If you're walking around and people need help, be helpful to them. Make sure that your game is playable, distributable. If you have builds, test builds, please test along the way. This is not the time to build the most beautiful code base. If it's bubblegum and tape, that's totally okay. The biggest thing is finishing your game. Sometimes art can wait. Sorry, artists, but you can do gray boxing. You can use blocks as well, and then put things in afterwards. Same thing with audio. But audio is really important. Consider the cues that people are going to take in, especially the audience is playing this. And please test. It always happens on Sunday at 3:50. You're still doing something, and then it just breaks. So please make certain that as you're testing, you have some stable builds along the way, and then of course have fun. If you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right. And so with that, we're going to get people coming up for pitches. So we're going to have people line up right over here. And Isabella is maybe going to start prepping the giant notepads. So what's going to happen there is you're going to say, again, the name of your game. Yeah. I blasted it out to everybody.
Has everybody had a chance to review the challenge statements?
If you haven't, it's okay. We want to make sure you have that because you'll need that for the pitch.
Yeah.
So let's see. Does everybody have it or no?
Here's actually something we can make sure gets done. While we have the pads and everything being prepped, if you haven't done this, please let's take the next 5 minutes to make sure that you are reviewing that. It was blasted out over email, and if you visit the actual event page at the very bottom, there's a link. And that has all the different challenge statements and ideas for real estate, examples for digital twins, examples for smart cities, future readiness for cities, real estate, and you can start scanning over that. A lot of you will do really great at theming, making it fun, having concepts around that. But if you haven't reviewed that yet, review that, think it over, and then we'll get started with pitches actually, in the next, let's call it 10 minutes.
Is anybody here new to this and maybe need a little guidance because it's their first time? It's okay, like we can support and get you paired up with a mentor or somebody to kind of walk you through. So that's completely fine. I just want you to feel comfortable asking for a little assistance. Okay.
Does anybody here have any issues in being able to get to that page? To review?
You sent it out through the Luma Blast?
Through the Luma Blast, yeah. And so if you want, you can, if you scan this QR code, it'll take you to that page. Just scroll all the way to the very bottom. You're going to see a link to those challenges. Yeah. So this would.
Everybody's excited. It was a busy Friday. So a lot of practice.
So she calls me. She goes, oh, great. And we started talking, and I sort of realized, sorry, oh, you need to have a break. So, but she was you need to be logged into that. I know we offer you, but they
Like a lot of the students interact with age range.
Oh, wow.
Everyone can access
Everybody also, our chapter leader Daria here is a senior Unreal developer. So she will be here tomorrow to mentor. She is a beast. So get ready and need some help. Yeah. Beast mode. All right. Let's get
Enjoy your movie. No. Wait, fingers like
Yes. Yes, so the dock is at the bottom. There's a link. Yeah, and that is going to give you.
Question: is it an MCP? The AI? Is that like?
I don't know. I think it's a general. Well, I think it was a project this, and then you're asking for something like, how do I do this thing?
Set up for so I use Talk to My Mom because it launch objects.
That's great. I mean, I don't know if it does that exactly. I think that's what it's going to but you might get feedback from that. Maybe you might get some ideas from using that.
Yeah, it just yeah, I'm still reading through
Are you guys able to access it? Are you able to see it? Yeah? Thumbs up?
So I'm curious, like,
Yeah, you'll have your vertical takeoff.
Can I write the link down? It might be my house.
it could be. I wonder if maybe I started a public network. And we bonded, and 3 years later, one of them announced they were moving, and we had to go back. So our partners came up and organized it. We're like, and I got there, came back 6 months later. During the 6 months, I was like, and so I came back and I want to say, how do I find the Orlando culturally plan and means the opportunity to shape that. But if it's a wall or so I just wanted to make sure. Let's say I'm more I want to do something more. I want to and for that, I would just say next generation. My brain is they like your work and they want to be care about their work. And I think Orlando has that. We can find out where the copies are. We can find out but you can also there's this coming so I talk about but I'm still talking about which is
hey, yo, black community on man. New friend of Rome. I'm Barber right now. But stuff like this stuff, man.
So what I was thinking I was thinking like something like scale something like that it can get to like really fast, it can reduce my that's like kind of what I was thinking. And what it depends on what it medical scans,
sort of like
social media. So if you're in a place you
or the actual code. They would green screen behind us.
So you can just take a photo of the face and put them
So what it sounds like you're saying is like if a guy is too busy to do it, you just have a CI or whatever.
Because if you scan this once, you can apply to all the listings. So if you're on the listings, just put that down. They get
Every house is different. Every housing, where they are, the street, it's different. So even though we're paying 40, that cannot be all of our what is our quota going to do to make sure that different to the front housing demand?
So maybe what we can do is have like a data set of common things that has walking to the counter, touching it down, saying hello, standing and talking. So you have these predefined things that we're stitching together, so it's automatically stitched together.
Folks, at 8:26, at 8:30, let's start lining up the pitch. So, talk a little further, but keep in mind we only have like a few more minutes.
The two ideas I've been looking at is there's a possibility the smart cities. My thing is right now I ran away.
So it's like you're planning this thing.
I see what you mean. But at least it has the APIs and different things. What's the next one?
The second possibility is
Okay, so guys, so we got some good ideas. So we can just kind of
so some people can watch, some people can it was all about how to get control, but also it's all about we share these
it's a mix of both. Can you guys hear me? Like show of hands, who can hear me? Is anybody sleeping in the back? Yeah?
There's a dog sleeping.
Oh, that dog needs to wake up and get ready to pitch. So hopefully this was helpful to you to have a little bit of time to chat, look over those. If you didn't look too deeply into it, or you need a refresher or you need help from your neighbors. But we're going to get started with the pitches. And this is really important in pitching in the process. Even if you feel like you have your team, we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to pitch. You're going to get a sheet of paper. Isabella and Alissa are going to team up. We'll make sure that we write out your project name. And Ariane in the back is going to help guide you to stick it up against the wall. And if you have your team, go hang out and buy it. But if you don't have a team that you're ready to join, go find a home. And then as soon as you feel like you have your team complete, establish your home base, your turf. You can have it in this room and the room next door. Or maybe even the stairs, if you want to live on the edge. That's also possible too. So on it, it's going to have the name of what your project is, what is the solution in general, and then what is your need. So if there's something that's just missing, a final component, list that out there. And please be welcoming of anybody that's looking for a home. So we want to make sure that everybody's onto a team. And again, if nobody joins your team, consider joining another team. So we're going to have people start lining up. And then if you're inspired by the people that are pitching and you have an idea in your heart, then get up at the very end of the line and then get ready to pitch too. It always happens. So if you're ready to pitch, please line up and we're going to get started with that. Right by where you see the Unreal Engine pop-up, we'll line up there.
Oh yeah, I'm like, not paying my card too. And I'll send up. I do everything digital, so.
All right, by show of hands, who here knows what a line is? A line? All right, that's exactly what we want right up here. By the Unreal Engine pop-up, we want to have people line up, be able to pitch what game they're going to be building or what project. And again, just to recap, speak loudly, speak clearly. What's your name? Like your actual name, because we want to get to know you. Yeah.
If we already have like everything good,
yes, still. If you have everything perfect 100%, you have your family, you have your team, I still want you to pitch. That's still important because we want people to know what else is being built. It's important that we all know that we're all building something. So even if you have an entire team complete, we still want you to pitch. And even if you say, hey, we don't really need anything, you can say that. So again, speak loudly, speak clearly. What is your name, your actual real name, not your gamer tag? What's the name of your game, your project? What's the general overview? We want people to know why is it exciting? What is the platform and the tool that you're using? Whether it's desktop only, no VR, AR, whether it's VR, AR, whether you're using a work system. What are your skill sets? What are you lacking? And if you don't need anything, then just say, hey, we are a complete team. And still we want you to line up. And then, after that, after teams are formed, go to your home base. And of course, we love you, and you can do this.
Technically digital twin, we don't have to. Mostly I'll probably be mostly person.
All right, everybody ready? Because once we have people pitching, we really don't want you to start talking while they're pitching. It's extremely important that as they're pitching, everybody's able to hear that. Yeah?
I guess the audio.
Alright guys, who is the first person to pitch?
How about I say with that?
Yeah.
So we have a pretty much layout. I think anybody probably have like businesses,
I'm so very impressed. You know what it is to do that, but I guess
maybe level designs that apparently are working on tech. We have artists, a artist in it. Ask them to join.
I don't know. They're pitching anything. I
think I have a good base.
He's good.
Yeah.
He has a whole
The name of the team.
All right, folks, we're going to get started. What I really need is for no more whispers. Because when people are pitching, we want their voice to carry. We want to be able to hear that. And I know that there's so many small particulars that you're getting to. You might already have your team. I'm asking for all of you to just be able to hear out people's pitches. It's important. And then once they get going out there, you guys can get back into your teams and talk through the rest of this stuff. But we're going to have people start to do their pitches. We're going to give everybody 60 seconds to be able to talk through what that is, okay? And if you're at the very end, if you can get through and you want to get up If you want to do that, I know if you over like you need a few more minutes to be able to get up.
Next one.
Just join at the very end of that line. Alright, so handing it over, and again, speak loudly, speak clearly, keep the mics over your face so people can hear you.
My name is the unknown team that is unnamed. The goal is to make available houses for extraterrestrials. So basically, basically you have to make accessible homes. You're an alien contractor. You have to make accessible homes for different aliens that have different features, right? Like crab claws, tentacles, eye stalks. So basically, you have to get the right parts, but the way we will do that is by expeditions, which will be just based off of a card choosing game. Like, you have to get 5 cards, then you get 5, choose 1 of 5 cards, and based on the number on that card or the item on that card, you get that item or the quantity of that item. As you progress, you will get higher EXP / luck bonuses, which will help you get more cards or materials. That's it.
So again, what is the name of your project, and then what do you need on your team?
Okay. The name of my project is the extraterrestrial contractor, ET. I was like a developer, artist, and sound designer.
Great, and then so head on over there and Daria will set you up. Okay.
All right, hello, how y'all doing today? Good evening. My name is Samuel. I'm going for Agents of Reality. It's something real simple. The intent for myself is we're trying to make a real estate like simulation, if you will. Obviously, they need training, and so we're just going to do something simple, maybe 2 levels, like how do you research information, and then how do you show off a house and show off how it works, you know, maybe going through the paces of a house or a sim, if you will, or doing something fun with it, like there's leaky pipes. So obviously, as a real estate agent, what steps do you need to do to get that house in order after you already have it on your business? So just a quick, small gameplay loop, that way it's real quick and easy and get it knocked out in 14 hours. For my team, we want everybody. You know, anyone that wants to join, that'd be awesome. You need a programmer just to do some arrays for maybe the questions or how we can make these applications like APIs or something. You talking about merge? Get that information from law, the textbooks, the codes, come on, merge into the game. Merge? We scaled it up. Oh, okay. Artists would be really awesome to just make the house look nice. And if you have some XR, VR, metagame, all that cool stuff to be able to do 3D scanning, that would be awesome too, because then we could actually make this a VR experience. So a person could actually walk through and look around in it, and we could have some blinking lights to show off where the faults are and what you think you should really do now. So anyone, everyone, we would love you. Join the Agents of Reality. It's going to be real fun. So thank you very much.
Hey, my name is Jeremy D'Angelo, but I also answer to JD if you prefer. I got a project here called Stage Show. And what I'm hoping to do is create a direct solution. It is a gamification, but we're not looking to put like aliens or fancy creatures in this. We're looking for a direct gamified solution where we can have both the client be an active participant in the job of the real estate agent. So imagine if you had a macro view of the neighborhoods of the entire town, or maybe even an entire county if you're lucky enough. And you can pick from specific homes, you'll get some initial information. Pick the home, you get a big spreadsheet in layman's terms, and you don't want to give them like 30 pieces of information all at once. But imagine they not only have access to how many beds, how many bathrooms, but they also have estimates on the cost of the house, utilities, nearest schools, nearest hospitals, nearest groceries, all that good stuff. You might even get some basic information about the median income and population of the place. And there's also this very useful tool in Unreal we could utilize called Cesium that essentially takes satellite map data and creates a digital twin of that location. It's essentially a more elaborate 3D Google Earth. You give the client a basic idea of what the place is like, and they can choose a home based on location, because that's the most important thing in real estate. And we can also take inspiration from both Fallout 4's workshop mechanic and just how The Sims works, where you have a combination of an isometric view of a house, where we can have the real estate agent stage the place, and they can look all nice, sort of make a basic but reliable digital twin of whatever property they're selling. And then you could also go into a more micro view, like a first-person walkthrough of the house, and also have the client rearrange the furniture and just give them a basic idea of like what utilities will cost based on what they usually use it for, and maybe even sell lots, and they can landscape and build their own homes all the way from scratch as if they were The Sims. That's I need a whole team, like a developer, an audio guy, and preferably a coder who specializes in UI UX.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Holmes, and my team is, and also the game. Let me see this Sky Estate. So the main premise of this game is that you're scouting out property to look for. And it's different. You're doing different ways to scout out for the properties. And one of the main mechanics is that you're looking for the property through sky view. But you can also have different ways of looking for it. And the main problem I'm trying to solve, is it's like finding the property that you want to real estate. If it's because the conventional way of finding a property is either by an online listing or driving around in a car, and tree cover can sometimes exclude different ways of finding property. So, and what I need is pretty much a whole team, but I have a couple of skills. But I will need a programmer, a UI designer, artist, and audio.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan St. Esprit. I'm a bit like an artist and a programmer. But anyways, that's not important. What I will talk about is my game pitch. So the idea is, if you were playing for a city, we wanted to sort of ask the question, where would you put your internet routers? How would you set up your network? So the type of game that this is about is, I kind of want to have a mix between, there's a fun factor, but then there's also like, it actually does try to help think about a problem, which is when you have all these people going through, will your internet signals be getting to them? And are you also supplying internet to your devices? Because there's a lot of devices that need internet now. So the idea is it's almost like a reverse tower defense game where people are like going through a line, you know, simulate almost foot traffic, either within a company or just out on the streets. So people are going to be walking around, and are they going to be able to get their internet signal? Will they walk out of the router range, and you won't be able to give them internet? And you'll also be limited by the Ethernet and all that other stuff. So the idea is just the name of the title is high availability. So the idea is try and have a game where everyone gets their internet signal and there are no dead zones. And you also have to manage the budget.
Hello, hello. My name is Brian Stabile, and I am wearing team loading from the Inspection Detection Collection. So, my game. So, we already have a whole team, which is kind of nice. Everyone's got a bunch of different disciplines, and what we're doing is home inspection asymmetrical gameplay, where one person goes into a house and can interact with different elements, and it can actually make things out of compliance, like that would fail inspection. And they have like 60 seconds or so in the VR headset. And then once they're done, the other person goes in and has to find those things that are wrong. They have like a checklist of how many possible things are in there. This can be good for training, if you're an inspector yourself, if you're a realtor, or just a homeowner. Like I recently bought a house, and stuff technically that's inspection, but if I had caught them during it, it would have saved me a lot of time, money, and hassle. As a stretch goal, if we get this engine up and running, we're going to also make a version where it's a public building and have like an ADA compliance list too. If someone goes in, makes things not ADA compliant, and the others just go and find all that.
Hello everyone. My name is Rome, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Realty AI. Realty AI is a solution that allows realtors to make AI content. And as you know, in 2025, content is king. So our solution is going to be using Matterport scans to have 3D renders, and we're going to be using MetaHuman and all the other 3D technologies to convert real estate agents into AI tour guides and or making AI content. We're going to be leveraging different AI solutions on the back end to also feed the 3D render to an actual model to make it realistic. So it's not going to only look like a MetaHuman, but also rendered in a 4K realistic version. We're going to need AI developers, 11 Labs, AGen, Unreal as well. And we also need 3D artists to be able to help us do the MetaHuman and any audio as well. For the final tip, we have a video creation tool that automatically generates the template from these visuals. So not only just 2D effects, but also 3D interactions. My skill set is software development. I've been working in software since 2012. I do simulations for DoD, so I'll background in that. I think it's going to be a cool project because we could be able to make content at scale. We can do thousands of videos in weeks. And yeah, so I need a team. So you guys can pick the red pill by joining a team, or pick the blue one and, you know.
Hello everybody, I am Jeremy from the City of Gamers. We're a local dev team. There's only 2 of us here. So there's lots of seats to help us make this project. I have a presentation, you can't see it, but I'm over-prepared for everything. So we have a game design document for our project, which is a real estate visualization tool. We call it Realty AR, not AI, but basically, we want to do something very simple where you come to you select your plot, you select the property, you build it up using gestures from the floor plan, you see the visualization, and we're going for something simple so that we can polish and show that we make very simple and clean things. So if you want to make something simple and clean, some people who make simple and clean things, hit me up. That's it.
Hello, my name is Sammy, and I'm coming up with an idea called Constructopia. The idea of the game is it's basically an idle game where you play as a construction worker finding a way to give everyone affordable housing. So how do you do that? You try to collect funding, you try to make sure that you can invest in plots, and so you build upon each other every time you level up. Make sure that everyone is creating smart, affordable housing, and I need a whole team, so I can compose music and also do 2D art and 3D model, and I'm hoping that everyone here is going to have a fun time regardless, so yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Hello, my name is Tiger, and I was thinking of making a cozy game where you're just going through like a real estate app, and you want to look at a property, so you're gonna go through in there, either furnished, unfurnished, and then you can kind of furnish the property yourself and go through and just go through different homes within the little app itself. I would need like 3D modelers and developers help. I can blueprint and design for like level design, and I would need help with the other stuff.
Hi, we are the floor planners. If I keep back there, hi guys. And we want to make an accessibility sandbox. We want to give developers who are, and city planners, we want to give them the tools they need to develop ADA compliant buildings, curbs, and streets before they break ground. We've got a full team. All right, that's our pitch.
We have nothing coming up, but if there's anybody else floating out there that wants to do a pitch, now's your time. So if you're still working on something, come on up. If you have been thinking about it, now's your time. But Justin, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Justin Laguerre. I'm a technical designer in Unreal Engine. The name of our project is called Project Dream Home. What we want to do is create a procedurally generated interior using XR interior designing tools. So what we want to be able to do is automatically create your interior, kind of sim style, but using hand tracking VR, and you can automatically walk through. So that's what we're going to go for. We don't really have a need for a team. This is going to be a little small project, but I'll still have to pitch. So here's my pitch.
Are you the last one? Is there anybody else floating out there that wants to pitch? No?
All right.
Oh, Gio has one. All right.
Hello, my name is Chuck. I don't have a pitch. I've been kind of going back and forth with ideas. So I might join someone else. My background's in aviation, and I actually do geospatial work. So a lot of the data that you might use for cesium, I'm kind of that guy that flies out and kind of collects that data. So if you want to do a smart city, I'll probably be more willing to join your team. And so I have like 5 years experience in that field. So that's kind of what I'm here for.
Somebody snag that guy up.
Anything else? Gio, you want to say something?
Funny. I have an idea, but I'm not competing.
Yeah? All
I'm
right.
going to say something.
Yeah.
And if anybody could build in a sustainability garden on a rooftop in any environment, that would be such an awesome thing. So I just would love to see that, because I think we need to start thinking that way, like redesigning rooftops in urban areas with gardens, right, for sustainability.
Stretch goal.
Yes, I would love that. Yeah.
Solar pump.
So maybe a little Easter egg shout out, that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Rooftop gardens.
Rooftop gardens. So, you know, the thing is that in what you guys are making, the visual aspect of this is really important. There's a lot of people who don't have the ability to imagine things. They kind of have to see everything. But you know, when they can see your projects, they're actually gonna go, hey, that's a really great idea. So that's why everything here is important. Now, the signs and everything out there are out there. So if you don't have a team, you can go to one of those signs. The teams, if you're gonna go and stand by your sheet, and the people that don't have a home, don't have a team, go up to those sheets and figure out which team you're gonna join. If, again, nobody is joining your team, consider joining another one. And this is very common. There's a lot of mergers and acquisitions that happen in one weekend. Sometimes teams form together. Maybe your project's not going right. Maybe there's some ideas that are very common and similar. Mergers and acquisitions is an encourageable thing also this weekend. So with that, I'm going to ask all of the teams to go stand by their sheet of paper. And if you're looking for a team, go and interview that team and figure out if that's your home. And then once you have your team fully complete, go and establish your home base. You have this room, you have the room next over.
The tables are set up.
The tables are set up.
And power in the tables.
Yeah, so there is power to four. We'll bring you over next door so that you guys can pick a table.
I don't know that.
didn't know that.
All my stuff is lost. You get stuck in it.
So what do you usually use this or do you use other
Go through it, water. It's like a short thing.
Yeah, they're trying to make themselves a social platform.
They are. But that like outlawed a very long time ago.
How awesome, right?
But you can just help me ask like that's like Photoshop. Give your other team.
Thank you. I'll meet you guys over there. No, I got it. I have
No, did I understand this right? Do we all have pass this thing real fast? That's amazing.
Yeah. And this is like,
I already bought a pass.
okay, so you can return it, I mean, like,
That is ridiculous.
Like, yours are so much they were so tight-fisted. Here's the thing.
I am surprised we got it. I was expecting like the top 3 teams to get past this.
That was like the first level of wins, and then we were like, I've done it before, like, the tons of Orlando, there's so much experience here, already with so you get people there, you need to like really step in things. I think part of this is, I think they're trying to turn and so they're kind of like, Orlando seems like, wow,
If I can't get a refund on my pass, maybe we can get it right up here.
so we definitely want to narrow.
I guess look into that and not then,
So it has to be something like